All right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for another Triple S webinar. I'm Matt Kelleher. Appreciate all the members being on the call today. Today, we're joined by the team at Essity that's going to be talking to you about the Group Allowance Program and the Tork Associate Distributor offering. Before we get into everything, I just want to give a couple housekeeping tips for those that are newer to these sessions. You guys have the ability to unmute yourselves and ask questions at any time during the session if you'd like. You can jump in anytime a question comes to your head or something sparks your interest. We just ask that you do keep yourself muted when you're not asking a question or engaging, just to limit the background noise for these sessions. And if you forget, no worries, but I may have to just send you a quick message. And as always, you're more than welcome to submit any questions you'd like through the chat as well. I'll ask those questions as they come up if it's pertinent. Otherwise, we'll take the last 5 minutes or so to go over any thoughts that folks might have. And lastly, this will be recorded and available to everybody after the session today. So with that out of the way, I'm going to turn things over to the team at Essity and we can get started.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining today. We have Nadine Zolads, which I always pronounce incorrectly, that I've worked with her for quite a long time. She is the key account manager, your corporate contact that handles the group. And then I am Melissa Cohey, the customer marketing manager, and I help and assist from any type of marketing materials and such. We also have Gary Wade who has joined, and Gary Wade is our key account manager who is handling the wholesale and office area. So a couple of things that we're going to talk about today, as Matt had mentioned, we're going to go over why Tork, and then also our group allowance program and the Tork Associate Distributor offering. And then at the end, we will leave time for some questions and answer session. All right, so why Tork? So, what we're seeing in 2024 is that businesses have faced incredible changes, over the past few years, and there's really no sign that this will slow down in 2024. Experts expect ongoing inflation and subdued economical growth. Also, companies are looking to really look at how do they improve their resilience. They need to reduce exposure with these volatile market prices and commodities, as well as building protective measures into the supply chains to deal with, shortages or rising logistical costs. And then looking at the accelerated digital transformation. So, we're hearing so much about AI, so the artificial intelligence and the developments there, the Internet of Things, and then we have virtual and augmented reality. So these are all impacting business decision making. They're automating our manual processes, our routines. We think about, from a workforce scale, having to retrain or bring in people that have this experience when it comes to the artificial intelligent usage, the digital age, right? We're seeing so much with digital. And so having more effective sales and marketing, having that better customer service, your more efficient supply chains, streamlining manufacturing processes, those are all out there on the table. And so let's see. So how can Tork, how can we help you be successful in these different areas? So we look at Tork being the #1 global professional hygiene brand. We have more than 50 years of experience providing hygiene products and services, and we service more than 110 customers worldwide. In addition to our innovative dispensers, such as Tork PeakServe, Tork Express Snap, we were also the first to offer TVC, which is a software solution for data-driven cleaning. And through our expertise in hygiene, we have a functional design and sustainability. And we're also the market leader that supports customers to think ahead so that they're always ready for business. We have a trained sales force. They're trained in the sustainability hygiene experience. They are trained in different segments. We have commercial office, we have schools, industrial manufacturing, healthcare facilities, and also restaurant and lodging areas that they are highly trained in. And we also have segment specialists in these areas. And then our sales team they're always there to help work with you on joint customer meetings. And then lastly, I just want to mention from an omni-channel expertise, we are well vested in web shop design, our search engine optimization, and then also our search engine marketing that helps improve online purchases, online marketing, making sure that we have the right products and such on the sites for people to look at, find out more information, to learn about, and to purchase. Okay. So just a little bit about Essity and about Tork. So now we're going to jump into the group allowance program and the Tork Select ADO program. I'll turn it over to Nadine.
Good morning, everyone. We have two programs that are available to members, Triple S members that are not purchasing from Essity directly. The first program is called the Group Allowance Program, and we call it GAP for short. You earn a percentage rebate back from Triple S on all Tork purchases you buy through your preferred wholesaler. In order to access this program, you have to fill out the enrollment form and send it back to us at Essity. The email address is here, and I will put the form in the chat for everybody to have. Again, this is on all Tork purchases through your preferred wholesaler. It will only get paid through one wholesaler. So if you're buying Tork from multiple wholesalers, you only get paid on the highest one. In order to qualify, it's $12,500 per quarter in spend. Now, in order to access our proprietary systems, as Melissa mentioned, ExpressSnap, PeakServe, coreless tissue, those kinds of items, you would need to sign a Tork Select agreement. And if you are approved by the wholesale team to wholesale our Tork Select products, you will then get deviated contract pricing for those products. So in essence, if you join GAP and become an associate distributor, you'll get a reduced cost on the product, and you will get a percentage back from the group, well, from us through the group. You must fill out the form and be approved by Essity. It is not a given. It depends on your geographic area, the size of your size and your customer sizes. Does anybody have any questions about what Tork Select or GAP is? Okay. So as I mentioned, the requirements for the GAP program for 2024 is to purchase a minimum of $12,500 through one wholesaler. Once you hit that threshold, you get paid from $1. If you're buying from multiple, again, you're only going to get paid on one. And if you buy from one wholesaler, then you'll earn more than splitting it up in two. The Tork Associate Distributor offering, this is the one where you get your Tork Select products, the proprietary systems that help reduce cost through controlled consumption. In order to qualify for this program, you have to purchase 250 cases a month within 3 of our strategic product categories. Those product categories include towel, tissue, soap and sanitizer, ExpressSnap and ExpressSnap Fit, and our non-woven wipers, and they also include our EverWipe offering as well. We would then have a training session. We could do that either virtually or in person, where we would train your sales team on how to sell our product line. and then also a minimum of one quarterly business review annually. Just on a side note here, the order sizes are determined by your preferred wholesaler. So here is on the left side is a picture of the enrollment form. Again, I will put that in the chat. And on the right side is the Tork Select Distributor Agreement. This is basically an agreement between you and Essity stating that you will not pirate existing Tork Select business. It's protected business. And we maintain ownership of the dispensers. Those are the big call outs for that. Gary, did you have anything you wanted to add on the associate distributor offering?
No, on the Tork Select Dispenser Program, it's an agreement that all of our distributors sign, whether they're direct or through wholesale. And the way I like to say it is the requirement is that you only put Tork refills into dispensers that you place. And so that's to keep the selling efforts rewarded properly across the marketplace. And we think it's a good program and a way to make sure that your people's selling efforts are also rewarded with retaining the business over the longer term. So it's really good. When you put up Tork dispensers, we'll get a little bit more into that in a few minutes. They tend to last on the wall 7 or 10 years. So that's an important program, the Tork Select program, and make sure that you keep the refills going through those cabinets over the longer term.
Thanks, Gary. So here is the Tork focused assortment. When you are working with an Essity sales representative, this is what they are leading with. They are talking about the full bundle. So the focused assortment includes Tork Peak Serve, which is our truly innovative, biggest innovation in years, and our highest growing towel at the moment. They're also going to discuss matching soap and sanitizer dispensers, coreless tissue, express nap fit for the break rooms, and then the entire wiping and cleaning assortment. It's real important to note that all end customers are using some kind of wiping and cleaning product. It could be a rag, it could be a laundered towel, or it could be disposable wipers. But by far, we have a full line of wiping and cleaning products that should be discussed on every call with every end customer. And then finally, like Melissa mentioned, we have Tork Vision Cleaning, which is an Internet of Things tracking. It can track the amount of traffic in a washroom. It tracks the amount of paper left in a dispenser so that cleaners don't waste time checking. They'll be notified via an app when things need to be replaced or when it is time to go in and check for cleaning.
Nadine, I wasn't sure which slide was the best slide to tell my story, so I'm going to go ahead and use this slide to tell the story with Rasco. So we to the previous slides that Nadine and Melissa went over, Richard at Rasco, Rasmelder, sent the GAP program in, and I gave Richard a call there in Denver. Triple S member, obviously, really quality people that go out into the marketplace and sell. We talked about how towel, tissue, and related products represent a third or more of the average end user's buy, and that if you can secure that business with a Tork cabinet, then you're going to get that third of the business, which is going to pull the remaining portions of the towel, the chemicals, the mops, brooms, buckets, and all the rest of the things that go with it. We talked about Tork, Richard and I did, Peak Serve. And Peak Serve, if there's a customer in the marketplace that wants to make a change from their cabinets that they're currently using, plain and simply, Peak Serve wins hands down. It is absolutely the most perfect, best dispenser I've ever sold over the many, many years that I've sold dispensers in the marketplace. And it simply wins. And for that reason, we went, and then Richard and I, we kind of agreed to have a follow-up call with his top sales reps. We had a call with his reps. We went through Peak Serve. We went through the soap and sanitizers. We went through our coreless towel tissued soap. We went through the napkin presentation with everybody. And they were pretty excited about the opportunity that they represent. Richard, the next couple of days, signed the Tork Select agreement. We got a 2P pricing contract across the broad selection of products over to as Ascendant. In this case, they chose Ascendant as their wholesaler of choice account manager. The account manager got the pricing over to them. Sales reps went out, and we've got, I think, over 200 cabinets placed. And this has just been in the last couple of weeks. Some really nice accounts, multiple unit accounts that they've been able to close with that business. So it was kind of very much appreciated that Nadine and team put this program together with Triple S, that we can go into the marketplace and say, hey, we've got an opportunity to not only earn more money on it, but also establish new relationships with Tork, with Triple S members across the marketplace. And so if you're not currently doing business with us, please reach out to Nadine, fill out that gap report, have a conversation with me or any of my counterparts, depending on the wholesaler that you choose. And we'll see if we can do the same thing that we did with Rasco. But at this point, I'm really excited about the opportunity that Rasco represents. Quality people, salespeople that know how to sell value-added products in the marketplace. And it's really an exciting program for both SD, Triple S, and for the Triple S member.
Gary, thank you very much. I also just would like to add that Gary was absolutely tremendous to work with. He made the process very smooth.
Thank you, Richard. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And I tried to upload the gap enrollment form, but Zoom won't let me. It's not like Teams. So if anybody wants to enroll, I put my email address in the chat. Just send me an email and I will forward the enrollment form to you. So here's just a kind of a recap of what the benefits are for signing up for GAP and the associate distributor offering. First of all, Essity is really doubling down on our smaller distributors. We see a lot of our competitors moving more towards servicing the larger companies, but we are doubling down and we're really pushing this program for our smaller size distribution. And we would love to partner with you all. So in exchange, or what the benefits are of the group allowance program. So as Melissa mentioned, she's our customer marketing manager, and she has access to a lot of digital tools, whether it be banners, social media posts, things like that, that we actually use are available to you as well. We have the ability to do email campaigns on your behalf. We could do co-branded literature, brochures, digital activation. And then you also have the ability to leverage any Essity campaign that we have run in the past or are currently running. Obviously, it provides an increase to your bottom line through the deviated contract pricing, as well as the rebate that you'd receive back through Triple S. You have access through the associate distributor program to not only the wholesale account manager that calls on, whether it be Ascendant, R3, or RJ Schinner. Actually, RJ Schinner and Ascendant. You also have access to their support. You have a local Essity representative that will be working with you all. And then in addition, as Melissa also mentioned, we have a very seasoned segment sales force. The segments that are included are commercial, public interest, healthcare, and industrial. All have their own sales teams that can assist in training or that can come assist in large end customer calls. And finally, and Melissa will go through these in more depth in just a moment, we have several self-service tools available to you all. I'm going to skip this so Melissa can go more in depth on the self-service tools.
1 second, Nadine, if I may, on the sales support that they get. Historically, we manage differently than we do today. Just beginning of January 1, we have a dedicated sales force that works with the wholesalers and the accounts that they service. So the people that are calling on you out in the marketplace are not the people that are calling on the direct accounts in the marketplace. And we think that that's a value. Their industry, for the most part across the country, they're industry veterans that really know Essity, that know the marketplace and know how to work with you to secure new business. And we're really excited about this new approach that we've taken to get with this dedicated group of people that'll work with you to help you grow and develop your business.
Perfect. All right. And so in regards to our self-service tools that Nadine had briefly mentioned, was we have what we call Tork Connect. And Tork Connect is actually a platform where you can gain product information. You can create personalized brochures. So you can create a brochure that would have your logo on the brochure as you're presenting out to end customers. So a lot of information that you can find within Tork Connect, whether it's product specification sheets, SDS forms, and such. And then we have Saucify. So we talked a bit about what we can provide from a digital aspect for web pages. So Saucify actually contains product images, content. So we have enriched content. We have optimized images, features and benefits, all of this information that can easily be pulled over into website platforms. And then we also have our Tork USA link. Of course, there's more information that you can find there in regard to products, our services, if you want to learn more about sustainability, what we offer with our hygiene packages. And then we utilize YouTube a lot, and we're really pushing from a company standpoint to make sure that we have more videos that are out there. There are videos as far as product demonstrations, your installations. There's information out there in regards to sustainability. So we do have a Tork YouTube channel, and we have the links, and we'll share all of these links with you. And then, of course, we have a product guide that is online. So you can easily go in and find a category. Let's say you're looking for wipers, you're looking for a certain task, whether it's wiping, cleaning, disinfecting, you can easily find this information within our product catalog. So great tools to utilize. They're available 24/7. So you don't have to wait on someone to contact you back if you're looking for some information in regards to a product, or if you just want to familiarize yourself with the products and learn more kind of from a training standpoint. Certainly great tools to use. Okay. And with that, looks like we have a few minutes left, so we'll open it up for any Q&A.
Folks, one question that did come in was, will all Triple S members be receiving the same costs when they sign up for this program, working with a partner that they're choosing like Ascendant?
What I've done, I have in the system that Ascendant will be receiving the same cost, and then they have sales reps and that then mark it up from there. I don't know that they consistently mark it up. I suppose that there could be some geographic differences where like New York City or Miami might be really highly competitive markets where they may do some different things. But the cost from us to the wholesalers is, I'm going to say, largely or consistent. We have I have a template set up that's supposed to be copied over to the Triple S member to send it for the service, the associate distributor. And so, I would say that directionally they're all going to be consistent.
Great.
The other question sometimes that people have is, what about dispenser costs? Prior to, the COVID era, dispensers were oftentimes at no charge. Since then, with the inflation that we've experienced across everything, dispenser costs have gone up so much that we do get something for the dispensers now. It can range generally anywhere between $1 and $11 or $15 at sometimes. And of course, the stainless steel dispensers can be significantly more than that because they're pretty expensive. But with the way the TCAD works, end user signs the TCAD. We have a contract for that TCAD. We put in a contract for the TCAD with all the information for the end user's needs. Ideally, it's towel, tissue, and soap. There's a story that I've been sharing recently. Is the least expensive remodel for a customer end user's restroom is going to be paint and SE dispensers, because our dispensers are just absolutely beautiful. They really are. Specifically, that Peak Serve that fits only 4 inches standing out from the wall. If you add that with soap and or cordless or mini twin to cabinets, it really improves the look of the overall restroom. So in any case, as it relates to the TCAD, customer gets towel, tissue, soap. We put in a contract comes back. We get a TCAD document. The end user signs that document. The signed document and the contract is sent into Ascendant, if it's Ascendant as an example, special order desk, and the dispensers then ship directly to the end user is most often how we do that. But it's a pretty, well, I told Richard the first time we did it, and the first time was challenging. The first time's always a little bit challenging, and the second time's a little easier, and the third time after that, you're rocking and rolling because everybody understands how the process works. Because it really does take your rep's involvement, the Ascendant's rep, and our person's involvement to get it all right. But once we do get it right, it's pretty smooth from that point thereafter.
Sounds great. Appreciate that. I'm not seeing any other questions at this time, but folks, there's a lot of really great links in the chat. Oh, actually, well, there is one final question here. Is the cost of the dispenser determined by the dealer?
No, not the. I believe the wholesalers pass through the cost that they get from us. So and you see the contract, the TCAD contract. So I don't think that. I don't know. Maybe sometimes in their system they have to put some nominal charge on the dispensers to track it, from a cost standpoint. But I don't believe that there's any cost added to it. It's what we give them. We know the way we share it with Ascendant, as an example, is that these dispensers cost 40, 50, 60, upwards of $80 or more if they're stainless steel. SE puts out almost 8 million cabinets a year. So you can imagine, even if it was an average of $40 at 8 million cabinets a year, the cost of dispensers investment that we have into the marketplace with our distributors is really significant. And so we take that to the distributors and we say, we expect you then, we give a reduced cost for that. We expect you to pass that through to your customers. So I believe that that's what they do.
Yeah, and it's important to note too, when we talked about the focused assortment and selling the full bundle, the more you bundle, the lower your dispenser costs can get.
All right, perfect. Well, guys, appreciate your time. Triple S members, thank you so much for being on the call. A lot of great information here. So we'll be sending everyone a follow-up email with some of the links that were provided in the chat, just to make it easy for you guys. And if you have any other question, you can feel free to either reach out to Triple S directly, or the team here at SD is more than happy to help you get started with this program. And we really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to learn a little bit more about what SD and Tork can do for you. And we look forward to seeing you guys on the next webinar. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.